by the time this video goes up, it'll be 2021. The year 2020 will be over. Can you believe it? The year 2020 is over. And now we're looking at 2021. So what do we do next year? Well, when you see this video, it will be next year. But this video was made the day before Christmas Eve of 2020. The year was weird for everyone. The world practically turned upside down so fast no one could see it coming. And everything changed. Everything changed. Even what I drink. Started drinking soda, now I'm drinking tea. It's very hot. Just made it. But I'm looking outside and I'm watching the wind blow and it makes me think, what do we do next year? What is next year gonna bring? Could bring absolutely anything. Could be absolutely no different. The world goes around and around and around the sun. But this year, this trip around the sun was one to remember. There are going to be people that look back on these videos and wonder, why was everyone wearing masks? Why did so many Karens exist? Why was self-isolation a normal thing? Why did prices of everything go way up and then suddenly drop? You know? And it's gonna be weird going into 2021. What does it look like for these two channels? IRL channel and gaming channel. Well, the gaming channel is going to be taken over by trains and more games, hopefully. And this IRL channel is still going to remain bleak and with an uncertain future. But it seems like every day that I upload a new video, someone's bound to see it. This year, we lost Unis Honest. 2020, we lost Unis Honest. And by the middle of 2021, no one's going to remember that name. I guarantee that by the time my YouTube birthday comes around, there will only be a handful of people on the planet that remember that name. This year saw a resurgence in video games. A lot of people were playing video games because they were all isolated. 2020 brought a lot of weird things. It brought my graduation, which I didn't think would happen. It brought me getting a job from Subway, emphasis by me wearing my work shirt in this video. It brought me closer to friends than I thought it would. But what is 2020 gonna bring? What is 2021 gonna bring? Sorry. I keep forgetting that by the time this video goes out, it'll be 2021, not 2020. But what will 2021 bring? No one knows. It could bring everything we've ever wanted in a year. Or nothing will change. We don't know. We just don't know. And you know what? That's totally fine with me. I think when we look back at 2020, we're going to see that we persevered through it. Yes, there was a lot of losses. Yes, we lost things that we held close to our hearts and held so dear. But at the same time, we gained a lot of things too. We proved that people are resilient. We proved that we won't give up. We also proved that politics is a living nightmare and no one will ever understand it completely. So, looking into the next year, I'm going to try to continue to deliver content as best as I possibly can. Regardless if people watch it or not, I'm still going to make videos. It'll be difficult, but considering how difficult 2020 was, everything after this is going to be a cakewalk. I mean, how many people are going to be able to tell their grandkids and their children, we survived COVID-19? My entire generation, probably. Everyone's generation, most likely. Whoever will remember it. Or maybe we'll look back at it and wonder, what started it all? I guess what I'm trying to say is we're going to make next year different. But at the same time, we're going to keep a lot of the things that are the same from this year. So, there's only one thing we can do. And that's move forward. There's no point in looking backwards. When you're reading history books, that's one thing. But when you look back on the memories of things that you've lost, it's better to remember them for what they were, not for what they became. And what I mean by that is, instead of looking at what you don't have, look at what you did have. And know that somewhere down the road you'll have something even better. Losing family members is hard. Losing friends is hard. But you will always have family, and you will always make new friends. That's just the way life works. So let's take 2021, and let's make it the year 2020 would have been if COVID-19 didn't happen. And I think that's not asking a lot. Normally I would edit myself out from drinking, but I think drinking this tea in this case emphasizes 0 points. There are things that I just can't explain that have happened this year. Things that almost are impossible to explain. Whereas there are things that are so easily explained, it's like rolling a dice and saying, hey, look, I got this. My family got stricken with COVID. I know friends that got COVID. I know people who passed away from COVID. But we should look at all the interesting things that came out of this year. The things that only some people will remember. And in my mind, if one person remembers it, that's all it takes. All it takes is one person to change the world. One step, one finger movement, one letter. Or in some cases, a single moment in time. So, let us take 2021 for the year that it's going to be and make it the year we want it to be. I know a lot of people are like, oh, New Year's resolutions, let's make New Year's resolutions, and then don't follow through with it. And then there's a lot of YouTubers who are starting out who have absolutely no backing, and they're like, this year's going to be different, and then they don't do anything. We're not going to do that. I believe that in 2021, we will hit 100 subscribers on my gaming channel. We only got 4 left until we hit 100. And I believe this channel can at least hit 50 subscribers by the middle of the year. If I don't make it there, come back to this video and basically be like, oh, you made it to 50 subscribers on this date, at this time, at this year. You know, if I don't make it, shame me for it. Just totally tease me for it. Like, oh, you called this and it didn't happen. If it does happen, I didn't predict it, I just guessed. So, let's take 2021 by the reins and run with it. Shall we? Being my last video of 2021, I don't know what that one will be. Maybe it'll be one just like this one. But as this being the end video for 2020, this is one for the history books. Bye 2020. You were a year we both will remember and hope to forget.